Hey yo, shut your mouth. Game time. The gridiron. Shut your mouth, podcasting. Yards, touchdowns. Shut your mouth, podcasting. First round draft pick. Believe we got stats, kid. Quarterback sacking. 100-yard dashing. So tap in for the action. What team?
Oh, in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Sim Podcast. I'm your co-host Eric, and I'm always joined by my co-host Ron. What a good Ron.
What's going on?
You know what we do? We talk about the National Football League on a weekly basis, including the playoffs. Ron, this is season 6, episode 153. I guess you can call this like the summer series, I guess. So we're just doing like a check-in. What's on the agenda? We have the NFL news. We have our Patriots and Steelers news. We also have the OTA notes. And we're going to end the show with some early records / schedule release news, because that was last month. And we were just in awe of all the other stuff. But anyways, Ron, how are you? How are you feeling?
Man, good. It's been, summer actually hasn't officially started yet.
Yeah. But we live in Florida. It's always hot.
That's true. Things been good. Watching some basketball. We were talking about that earlier. You haven't watched any of it. It's been a decent playoff so far. This finals appears it's going to end in a sweep, unfortunately.
Decent playoffs until the sub-finals.
Yeah. It's been disappointing. I want any other team besides the Knicks to win, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of happy New Yorkers right now. I mean,
for sure.
In the videos that I've seen and the rap songs that I've heard, and everything is just like, it's almost like a live. And now I hear that the president is going to make an appearance.
Yeah, I don't think the New York fans are too happy about that, but they're expecting him to show up to the game, so that should be interesting. I'm sure he's probably going to be.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I don't think he knows what's coming.
Yeah,
I don't think he knows what's coming. But anyways, let's move on to football. Let's talk about NFL news. Mike Tomlin is going to go to the broadcast booth. How do you feel about that, Ron?
Yeah, this was announced a couple weeks ago, and we haven't had a chance to talk about it. I feel kind of like, I don't know, I think it's just going to be odd. It was going to be odd anyways when the season starts. You look over the Steelers sideline, and you don't see Mike Tomlin there. And now he's going to be in the booth. And, being in the media is something I'd never kind of expected that he'd want to do. He's always not talked down about the media, but just implied that it's something that he has like zero interest in. So it'll be interesting to see him make that transition. I'm projecting or predicting it's not going to last long. I think he'll get bored after a year or two and then return to coaching. But then again, I said the same thing about Bill Cowher, and he's still in broadcasting. So
listen, when you don't get a check and someone's offering you a check to talk about the sport that you love, you're just going to take it.
Yeah.
But like you said, I think that it depends if he likes, the process, the makeup, the traveling, or maybe he won't be traveling as much because he's going to be inside the studio, right? So,
well, Bill Belichick tried that too, didn't he? Like when he retired.
Oh yeah,
for like a little bit.
Well, he did. He had like a podcast, and he had like a show that he would do. Was that Showtime show inside the NFL, whatever it's called. But you know what? If you're a true coach, you're gonna go back to coaching eventually.
I would think so. Well, but like I said, when Bill Cowher retired, I was shocked, sad to see him go. He went into broadcasting, and I'm like, he's getting back with the team like a year or two, and I think he turned the page on that, and he's completely satisfied with what he's doing. So we'll see what happens with Tomlin.
The other set of news: Russell Wilson retires. So do you think that he's going to be a Hall of Famer? He won one Super Bowl, and then he lost another one to the Patriots.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about this because I saw like quite a few people debating about whether or not he's a Hall of Famer. And I was listening to Chris Sims' podcast the other day. He was saying that he does not believe Russell Wilson is a Hall of Fame quarterback, and I don't know how anyone can come to that conclusion at all. Just pulling up his stats today, and looking at the number of yards he's thrown over his career, nearly 47,000 yards, 353 total touchdowns, and only 114 interceptions. That's in the passing game, and people forget, when he was young, he was incredible running the ball, right? So he had one season where he came close to 1,000 yards rushing. I think he has over like 500 total yards, 5,000, total yards rushing, 5,568 with 31 touchdowns running. I think Russell Wilson is without a doubt a Hall of Famer. It's just the only question mark is he a first ballot or second ballot Hall of Famer? But there's no question in my head, in my mind, whether or not he belongs in the Hall of Fame. I just think it's ridiculous to even have that conversation.
Well, I'm looking at the all-time list right now of yards, passing yards, and he's 16th right now. And there's some people that are not in the Hall of Fame that are above him. So I'm talking about Matt Ryan, not in the Hall of Fame yet. Eli Manning, 57,000. He's not in the Hall of Fame yet. Joe Flacco, he's still playing, but he's got 48,000 career passing yards. So, it just depends. I don't know if he belongs there. I think he definitely rushed for a lot of yards for sure. So maybe he gets in that way.
Well, there's guys that are in the Hall of Fame that don't have the numbers that he has, especially when you include the rushing element, right? There's guys that are there that don't even come close to putting up the rushing numbers that he has. I think you have to account for that, account for all his touchdowns with his legs. And like I said, he belongs there. I think Matt Ryan, that's one of the names you brought up. Maybe he ends up getting in as well. Eli Manning too, with his 2 Super Bowls. I could see him in there, but I found it odd and curious that Sims didn't feel like he belonged there at all. I would find it hard to find anyone else who doesn't believe Russell Wilson, the Hall of Fame quarterback, especially when you think back to his first 6 or 7 years in the NFL and what he was doing throughout the league. It's just insane.
Yeah, I just feel like those people that we talked about are going to vote ahead of him. But you're right, he's number 4 all time in rushing yards. Maybe that will get him in. He's not in Cam Newton's as far as like 75, but why is Cam Newton not in there? He's made it to the Super Bowl, and he has 75 rushing TD compared to Russell Wilson 31.
Yeah, but Cam was not as good of a passer as Russell Wilson. Has been over his career, so I can see making the argument for Cam not getting in. But like I said, I think you take all the yards that Russell Wilson has thrown for, touchdown that he's thrown for, and then add the rushing element, and not, just being a leader. Look at, if you were to look at his record overall with Seattle, with all the teams that he's been the starting quarterback for, I'm sure he has like a really good winning record. Well,
I think that he rubbed people the wrong way. When he left Seattle, he rubbed people the wrong way. Denver, he rubbed people the wrong way. Maybe not in Pittsburgh. Did he ever? New York Giants, he left in good terms, I guess. I just don't know. I think if he would have just walked away, yes. But he tried to
extend his
career at the end. I don't know. That might hinder him, but we'll see, I guess. We'll see. Because the 5-year clock starts counting down, so we'll see. The other set of news that we want to talk about is Myles Garrett being traded to the LA Rams.
Yeah.
Verse was included in that, right?
Yeah. So the Browns get Verse. They also get, I think, a first, second, and third round pick. They also, there's there's some clause in there too that if Myles was to be traded back into the AFC North, that one of the picks would turn into a second first round pick, but that's definitely not going to happen. But with the Rams, I think it goes to show you that they were already the favorite, I believe, to win the Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. They have loaded up, basically. They're all in at this point. So, I find it hard for any team to be able to knock the Rams out, especially from the AFC. I think if they can make it to the Super Bowl and still have some competition with the likes of Seattle, Chicago is a rising team. Detroit will get back in there. The Bears, San Francisco. He's got a lot of competition out in the NFC, but I think by far they should be the favorite with all the pieces that they've added.
I mean, they know that Seattle's not going to be the same without the running back, right? So they just say, hey, this is our year.
But they drafted one, right? In the, I think it was the back half of the first round. They drafted a running back, so I think Seattle they think they'll be fine.
Well, again, I don't think that right now. I think I saw that the Lions are favorite, right?
No way. No, it was the Rams.
It was the Rams?
And I think, I don't know who was second, but I'm pretty sure it's the Rams.
Because the Lions have the easiest schedule. And people were like, when you got an easy schedule, just look at the Patriots.
Yeah. I mean, the Lions, they missed the playoffs last year, right? They had a lot of injuries. It should bounce back for sure this year, but it's definitely the Rams by a lot.
The Eagles are probably going to be not the same without A.J. Brown. So.
Yeah, forgot about the Eagles too. So, but they're going to be still going to be competitive. And then if Aaron Donald comes back, which has also been rumored that he's considering coming out of retirement because of Myles Garrett and the Rams loading up, you can just about forget it. I think now you're talking about like a top 5 defense on top of a top 3 offense.
I mean, yeah, because the Rams went out and got a McDuffie from the Chiefs, right? So, yeah, they should have a pretty good defense. So, how old is Aaron Donald now?
He's probably about 30.
Because he's been out of the league for 2 years now.
Yeah, but that's Aaron Donald, though. Like, some people are just freak athletes. I think he's one of them that and he's been training. I think anyone who follows him on social media will see that he keeps himself in shape, and it wouldn't shock me if he comes back, and it wouldn't shock me if he comes back and play like if, he wasn't, out of the league for like 2 years. That wouldn't shock me at all.
Yeah, I would. So it's the Phoenix, Arizona is not going to be that good. And who's the other team on there? San Francisco. They still have injury issues. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Drake London got a contract extension for 140 something. Was it worth it?
Yeah, I think that's something we'll, I guess, find out.
Because who's going to pass him the ball?
Right. That's been my question with him. He hasn't had a lot of good quarterbacks playing, for Atlanta. But at the same time, like when he's been out there, I feel like he's been like up and down, and he hasn't lived up to like some of the hype that he's gotten. I think Atlanta's just been an awkward situation where they know he's the number 1 receiver, and there's nothing else out there. So you're backed into a corner where you need to sign him, and giving him a huge contract like that, it doesn't match up to me. It has not matched up with his performance. But like I said, you can argue that his performance is a result of like having bad, or inconsistent quarterback play. So, I don't know. I think just looking at these contracts with the receivers in general, it's just insane how high it's getting.
Yeah, but let's be honest. After they get the guarantee money, the contract there's so many clauses. You can drop somebody, you can trade them. These big contracts rarely actually like go through the whole through the whole contract year. So definitely they made a splash with the Drake London signing, but I don't unless, and most of the time, if they're really good, they're gonna ask for another contract to extend the one they already have. So
that's if they perform to expectations.
To expectations, yeah.
Yeah, besides Drake London, I'm looking here now, too. So, missed this one, but Christian Watson, too. It's another guy got a huge extension with Green Bay. And that's another guy that's been hurt and hasn't necessarily, I think, lived up to getting that type of contract. We got a 4-year, $110.5 million extension last week, which is insane. So, last year he played in 10 games, right? Missed 7 for injury. 35 catches for 611 yards and 6 touchdowns. So it's a risky move, giving him all that money. Someone who hasn't stayed healthy, and even when he has, he's been good. Don't get me wrong, but he's not a top 10. Neither of those guys are top 10 or top 15 receivers in the league. London or Watson. So why? I don't know. I just think it's a risk for both of these teams. But I can see, they're backed up into a corner, and there's like no other options out there but to sign those guys.
Well, and we'll get to the AJ Brown contract, but I think he's due to make something like 17 this year, and then like 26 a year after that. He's probably not gonna get 26. They'll reconstruct his contract. They'll do something. But
a lot of that's probably guaranteed, though. Like, whatever's guaranteed, that's...
They have to pay it out.
Yeah.
They have to pay it out. So, yeah, I don't see that happening. The other set of news, OBJ signed with the Giants after, 10 years? I don't know how many... 8 years, something like that?
Yeah. Is he still relevant? I think that's the question right there. I think he got like a $1-point-something million contract, and... I don't even know if he's going to make the team, to be honest with you. That's my question. Is he still a relevant receiver in the league?
I saw on Twitter. Twitter's a weird place. I saw on Twitter this guy, and I just put a emoji like, "Do you trying too hard?" He had posted OBJ during OTAs. He caught one ball. He's like, "Oh, OBJ is back."
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like, dude, like you say, he might not even make the team.
Yeah.
But, neighbors, we don't even know when it's going to come back.
His injury appears to be not going too well. It's recovery, so we'll see.
But, like you said, on Twitter, you can be a 13-year-old kid that knows nothing, or like a 40-year-old. I was just like, temper down, dude.
Yeah.
This guy might not make the team.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray and JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
That's not a honeymoon, is it?
No, it's not going that well. I don't know if it's clear to either of them, or maybe it is, like who the starting quarterback is. It's obviously going to be Murray. He has a larger contract. McCarthy hasn't done anything, and it seems like Kyler Murray is saying all the right things in terms of being a good teammate and all that. And McCarthy, on the other hand, has been seems to be not handling it well in his responses, just being immature, I guess is the best way of putting it. But, it's, I think what he needs to understand, and a lot of players need to understand, is nothing is given. Like when you make it to the NFL, at any moment, someone can come and take your spot. It doesn't matter what position you play. And you have to go out there and bust your behind every single day. And I think JJ went in there thinking, I got drafted first round. At some point, this is going to be my team. But if you haven't shown that you can handle it, the team's going to move on and go to somebody else. And that's exactly what Minnesota's doing. That's what the coaches are there to do. The GM is there to do is make sure, they're putting together a team that gives them the best chance to win. It just reminds me a lot of the Kenny Pickett situation a couple years ago with the Steelers too. The first round pick that, thought the reins was going to be handed to him. And when the coach said, we're going to bring in some competition, just didn't handle it well.
Folded. Mm-hmm. Basically folded.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't think things are going to end well for J.J. McCarthy. Is his head maybe getting too big? Yes. Has he won any games in the NFL? Not yet. There's a couple that he snuck out and won, but he hasn't shown consistency. So at least Kyler Murray, not that he's shown consistency either, but
but he's somebody.
He can win. He can win in the NFL. You can't say that about JJ McCarthy. All right, let's move on, Ron, to Patriots and Steelers news. Let's go with the Patriots. Finally, A.J. Brown got traded. This was no secret by anything.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. I was hoping some other team would sneak in there, like someone like the Bills or I don't know, some team that needs a receiver and can afford to sign him would just sneak in and just scoop him up from the Patriots. But it was a done deal from the beginning.
I mean, when 2 months ago, when I opened up the Boston website and they were like, "Oh, we saw A.J. Brown's wife picking out houses, picking out schools," I was like, This hasn't even happened yet. Yeah. She was already like in New England, like picking places to live where the kids are gonna go to school. I'm like, oh, this is a done deal.
Yeah.
And then I got bombarded with like A.J. Brown, Patriots. Like, oh, he loved the Patriots.
Yeah.
He's got a Patriot rug. Mm-hmm. He's got Patriot jersey. Tom Brady was his favorite. I was just like, this is like a child dream come true.
Yeah.
Basically, he's just like, I'm playing for the team that I always want to play with. Now, having said that, on the flip side, the Keyshawn Booty stuff, why not? I mean, we won't know until June 15th. That's when the mandatory OTA start, but just compete.
Yeah.
Compete. I mean, you're still on the rookie contract.
I think that's the problem, and I don't know what his contract looks like and when he needs to be resigned. But that might be part of the problem. There's a lot of mouths to feed, a lot of young guys, especially right, and drafted in the last like couple of years that you need to eventually see if they can salvage their careers, do something in the NFL. So where does that leave Booty? I don't know, but I mean, there's a lot of speculation about him getting traded. And, I don't know if that's going to happen or what, but it'll be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking to see right now if this is third year. So he's going into his fourth year. So what's a rookie contract is normally 5 years, right?
No, it's 4 years unless you're in the first round. And then they can basically give you the fifth year exception.
So he's going into his fourth. And, looking at his stats, he's been progressing. He had 3 touchdowns his second year, 6 touchdowns this past year. And he's had more, not the same amount of receptions, but, I think that
the question
he needs to compete.
Do you want him to compete without a new contract and having, first of all, I'm sure he's not happy about that, not having some sort of an extension guarantee that, if he gets hurt this season, that he can still, make some money. And are you willing to watch him leave if he goes in and actually have a productive season and he bets on himself, and there's other teams out there looking for talent and he gets a bigger contract offer out, from somewhere else? Is that the risk that the Patriots are willing to take? Or do you just trade him like now and just, make your mind up now, get what you can and move on?
Well, he got drafted in the same year as Pop Douglas. And if I need to keep one of the two, I would lean towards Pop Douglas.
Yeah.
Just because he's an inside guy, you need somebody fast and quick, those Wes Welker, Amendola, Edelman type players. You need that, especially when you run that Josh McDaniels offense,
right?
Which A.J. Brown is kind of like your deep threat.
Yeah.
So why not compete? Or if you think you can get the draft pick that you lost with the Eagles,
right,
by getting rid of Keyshawn, then just do it.
Yeah.
But this whole thing of like, oh, I'm sitting out, I'm not gonna get a contract.
Yeah.
It's like you're not a superstar.
Right. But yeah, you don't want to get hurt either. Yeah. You want to be smart if you're going to go out there. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's talk about the Steelers, Ron. Let's talk about Aaron Rodgers coming back.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about overall?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you too. I was holding out hope that he might not come back, just like hang it up. But it came out that he was returning, and I've since I'm content now. I've come to just realize that it is what it is. I was hoping to be able to see like Will Howard go out there and compete this year. But running it back with Rodgers, I think that, give us a chance to have a winning record, and, we'll see what happens when we get to the playoffs. So if you ask how I feel today about Rodgers coming back, I would, if a scale of 1 to 10, I'm at about a 4 or 5 right now. That's kind of where I'm at. I just think he's really limited. These last 4 years or so has really proven that he doesn't throw the ball downfield at all. Doesn't matter who the coach is, who the offensive coordinator is, what play you're running. He just refuses to stand in the pocket and throw the ball downfield, and that's been a hindrance to the Steelers. And I think in some aspects he's going to hold them back a little bit again this season. But you just never know.
So yeah, I think two things. Number one, I think it's good that he's back with Mike McCarthy, because I think Mike McCarthy knows he's limited, right? I think what happened with your boy Tomlin is he wanted Rodgers to do something that he really doesn't do.
Yeah, well, I think Tomlin must have known that this was coming, and he just said, you know what?
Must have known that he was coming back.
Let me just sign Rodgers. Let me sign Ramsey. Let me just do everything to try to be all in, and it backfired on him last year. I don't think it was like a Rodgers and Arthur Smith thing, them not gelling. I don't agree that it's just not having sufficient weapons for Rodgers to throw to. I just think Rodgers has shown you the last 4 years who he is. We talk about quarterbacks getting older and hanging on too long, right, with Russell Wilson. I think Rodgers has done the same thing. I think he should have retired, 2-3 years ago, to be honest with you. And it's not to say he can't win, but he's not where Tom Brady was at 41. Let's just put it that way. So, it's not to say he doesn't have arm strength, and he obviously knows where to throw the ball, but he just doesn't take the risks that you need to be able to win playoff games. And while he's there on the team these last couple of years, although we've been winning and getting to the playoffs, and I think we'll do that the same this year, you're missing an opportunity to develop your young quarterback in Will Howard, who I think can be a good quarterback in this league.
I think that the offense is actually going to be better this year. I don't know about the defense. A Mike Tomlin defense compared to Mike McCarthy defense, I just don't know. That is my question mark. It's is the defense going to be good? I know it's the most expensive defense. I don't know that means it's the best defense, because look what the Rams just did. So we'll see. Talking about Herbig, Washington, Boswell, they all got extensions, but they're all good players.
Yeah, they're great players. Yeah. So that's one thing I can say about Khan. He's drafted really well these last few years. Almost this entire draft class is getting an extension. And then, JPJ, our cornerback, is due to get one. He'll probably get one this week. I think Anderson and a couple other people are most likely going to get some contract extensions. And then next year, it's going to be huge because all of our offensive linemen, a lot of our offensive linemen will be up for extensions. So he's done a good job drafting. And I think, in terms of Herbig, investing so much, like you said, in the defense and investing so much in the outside linebacker position where you have 3 guys making that much money. A lot of people are questioning whether, Highsmith will get traded or not, and, if they'll stick with all 3. I think the Steelers are all in. They're going to figure out how to get all 3 of them on the field at the same time, and I think it's the right move for sure. And then, maybe next year you can look to move one of these, either TJ, which I think will be difficult to do, or Highsmith. But for now, I think it's the right approach. I think I'm happy with where the defense is at and just where the team is heading in terms of Omar Khan.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that it's almost like the Steelers are like gearing up for like a long playoff run.
Right.
So listen, I'm happy that they're looking into the future, but we'll talk about how the playoffs might come down to. The other set of news, and this is for the OTAs. Gonzalez holding out for a new contract. I mean, is anyone surprised by this?
A little bit, because he did get his 5th year picked up, right? So I think he's due to make like $18 million or something like that next season. But I think he probably wants more guarantees, right? He probably wants to try to negotiate and get a new contract beyond just next season. So I'm not surprised. He's locked up for now, but it's gonna be a significant contract when it's time to sign him.
No, and give him his money. I don't know what they're waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
Just obviously, and you saw it, and I saw it with my own eyes. He was the best Patriot in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I mean, this could have been a blowout.
Yeah, and
from the beginning of the whistle.
The year he was drafted, and I saw him, I was like, and the Steelers needed a cornerback. There was no way he was going to fall to where Pittsburgh was, but I knew. I didn't know he was going to have like some health issues that he's had. You take that away. If he's, when he's healthy, I can't name a better cornerback in the NFL than Christian Gonzalez. I just think he's the best defender, period, when he's healthy. So, yeah, I agree with you. You just need to sign him and, try to like make sure he stays healthy as much as you can. Do what you can to keep him healthy.
And someone put it best. Like when you talk about Gonzalez, you're talking about a Ferrari, like a Ferrari, like a sports car. Like you want that Ferrari to be top notch, healthy, happy. That when you go out there and you put the pedal down, it just goes 100% all the time. So I'm not concerned about because all his injuries have been like ticky-tacky. Like I'm not 100%. I'm at 90%. I'm not ready to play. That's fine. But give him his money. He deserves it. Like the Kraft family needs to give him his money.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about Pup Douglas before. He's gonna be there. He's gonna be signed. I don't know why there's some mystery around Pup Douglas.
Yeah, apparently he's balling out in voluntary OTAs, football in shorts. But I saw a story. I forgot who wrote it, that he's been like he's gonna be his number one target this season. And I find it interesting. I think Douglas is a great weapon for sure. I don't know if he'll be the number one target this season, but it's good to see him having a good camp, or OTA at this point. You mentioned mandatory is the 15th for you guys, but when the pads are fully on in July, end of July, that's when real football starts, and you'll really see, can he stay healthy? Can he, survive in this league? Can he be the number 2 on this team?
And I think last year, when I watched the Patriots last year, Pop Douglas was not the issue. Drake May was not ready. I will say this: Drake May ran a lot last year. I think he's gonna run less this year.
Okay.
I think he's gonna have more passing yards than he did last year. But I really like. He's not going to want to get hit like he did last year.
You think they're receiving, let's say Booty does get traded. Do you think their receivers are better this year than last year with Diggs?
100%. I mean, Dobbs, that's an upgrade. AJ Brown, that's an upgrade. And we got Matt coming back. We got Douglas coming back. I think we drafted tight end. It's pretty good. And Hunter's coming back, so I think the receiver class is going to be much better.
Yeah.
And there's rumors that Diggs doesn't want to play for anyone else except for the Patriots. I just don't know if
they have room for him.
Exactly. I don't know if he's, going to be the same.
Right.
And, do you really want AJ Brown and Diggs in the same team?
Right. It's true. what could go wrong?
There's only one ball.
Yeah. Seriously.
There's only one ball to go around. Roman Wilson and Dylan Everett balling out.
Yeah.
But I feel like when you're not wearing pads, all you have to do is just catch the ball because no one's going to hit you.
Yeah, it's true. And listen, things didn't end well for Roman Wilson last year. There were, stories that he got benched by Tomlin at the end of last season. Rumors or news reports that, he wasn't necessarily always running the right routes and stuff. But this is a big year for him. Another, draft pick that has not been really healthy and has not had the opportunity, I think, to be on the field. So it's a huge year for him. I think he's the most, in terms of like explosive receiver in our team. I'd like to see that he stay on the team and he makes the team and contributes, given an opportunity to contribute. He didn't have that last year. They didn't give him an opportunity to do so. And then Dylan Everett is having a good camp, supposedly, or OTA at this point. I was on record saying I think he's going to be our best draft pick out of this class. A lot of people, are saying, our tackle, our first round pick, and pointing to some other folks. But Dylan Everett, I think, has been from the time he was in high school to college. He's been a great player, and I think he's going to be able to contribute immediately. And then looking into like next year and the year after, he's going to be one of our starting like cornerbacks for sure for years to come.
Yeah, I think, again, it all depends on...
Put the pads on.
That's
right.
Once you have the pads on, can you still make the acrobatic catch? Can you still, go deep, like they say, or run the post or whatever it is? I want to see them. I think this is just like feeling each other out. All right, Ron, we've come to the schedule release. Any surprises for you?
Not so much for the Steelers. I guess I'm a little bit surprised that they have to travel and have an international game again this season, which is okay. I'm all right with that, but no major surprises at all. It lines up the way, I was kind of expecting it to. Not surprised they play the Ravens at the end of the season. That game might come down to who wins the division or gets a playoff spot or whatever the case might be. So no surprises there.
So what's your early record prediction?
Yeah, so over-unders right now, even with the Rodgers signing, remain at 8.5. There's some people that are saying the team could win 12 games. I'm not as high as those fans. I think, like I said, Rodgers is limited, but I can see them winning 10 games. So my early prediction, not having watched any football in real pads yet, is 10-7. I think they're going to win some games and look impressive doing so, and then they're going to lose some games, and you'll be like, this team is not scoring like they need to. So 10-7 was what I'm going with. That's what they've been the last few years. That's what they are.
Yeah, I saw that Vegas gave you 8.5, and I saw that Vegas. I just found out when you pulled it up, they gave the Patriots 10.5. But I'm still gonna stick to the 9 and 8. I still think that the schedule is super duper hard,
especially at the beginning of the season, right?
Especially at the beginning of the season. Looking at the schedule, they got the Eagles, they got the Bills, of course, they got the Colts in there, they got the aforementioned Jaguars, the Bears. I mean,
Seattle, you got the Chargers this year.
Yeah, you got the Lions in there too. It's
Minnesota, Kansas City,
Denver again, and they're gonna want payback for So I
Bay, too.
think the Green Bay is in there. I think that this is going to be like in 9-8, maybe even 8-8. I don't know.
9, yeah.
I do feel like the offense is going to be better. I just don't know about the defense.
Yeah. So I'll be honest, like, so before, and these all jokes aside, I've been clowning on the Patriots for having such a cakewalk schedule last year and having a much difficult road ahead for this season. Before A.J. Brown trade, I thought they would get like 7 wins. I think with A.J. Brown, I can see them getting 8 wins. I can see them even getting to 9 wins, just being honest with you. So 8-9, 9-8, I think that's a more realistic, prediction to where they'll end up. Some of those games that we just talked about, like against those playoff contending teams like Green Bay, for example, they can win. They can compete. There's nothing to say they can't win some of those games, but they're not going to win them all.
I think you're right. I think they will compete a lot of the games. A lot of these games or these teams, they will compete. And to be honest, I think that they can win the division. I know that the Bills, everyone's picking the Bills to win the division. And I think that 9-7, 9-8 can be enough to win the division. The Jets are going to be terrible. The Dolphins are going to be really terrible. Yeah. It's going to be between the Bills and the Patriots. And I don't know with the Bills having Joe Brady as a new head coach.
Yeah.
They might have a really good offense, but what's going to happen to the defense?
Yeah, we'll see. You just don't start 0-4. Seattle, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, Buffalo. That's a hard stretch. You can go 2-2. That's great. Don't take that all day. But just don't come out the gate 0-4.
Well, no, not 0-4. To be honest, I think that's if they come out 2-2, that'd be great. I don't know. I don't know about that Seattle game. I think Seattle takes it. But then all the other games, we don't know what's going to happen with the Jaguars. There's always, we don't know what's going to happen with the Steelers. So those are, we don't know. They're definitely going to compete, especially with the Steelers. It's a home game. So, yeah, I feel good. I feel good about the A.J. Brown trade. And I feel good about eventually Gonzalez they got to pay him. I don't know how he's getting in shape and all that stuff. Plus, the HBO thing is going to be on the Patriots this year, I think, right?
I have no idea.
The Hard Knocks, I think it's the Patriots this year. Let me just check.
That would be interesting.
Very interesting. That's probably why Diggs wants to come back. Yeah, I don't know. It's
how many times they keep asking Variable about his situation.
Oh, I'm surprised it's going to come up on the first game. Somebody's gonna do a. Oh no! You know what? It's Seattle. It's gonna be featured.
Okay.
So Seattle. Oh, my bad. I thought it was the Patriots.
Are you okay with your bye week is not till week 11, right?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're gonna need it.
Yeah.
They're gonna need it.
10 straight games in a row. That's always hard, but especially that last game being in. Where's your international game with Detroit this year? I don't know where that. What country are you guys playing in?
Do they have an international game? I thought they didn't. Yeah, I think this year there was no game.
Since you guys are in Munich
against the Lions. Yeah, I don't. This is all like Robert Kraft doing this whole thing like, oh, you know what? Yeah, November 15th in Germany. Yeah, this is like, I remember when last time we went to Munich, Bill Belichick, and we lost that game. And it was embarrassing. There was a lot of Patriot fans that showed up. and it was embarrassing. I don't know why they would agree to do it again, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but listen, it is June 7th today. We still got like a month and a half basically before we even get to like mandatory training camp. A lot can change for the better for our teams, or for the worse. So you just never know how a season's going to go. But I'm excited for it to get here. Still got a little ways to go, but I'll be happy once football returns.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be entertained this, in a couple of days by the World Cup. But there's so many, that's only for a month and a half, a little bit over a month, a little bit over a month, and then after that, it's right into football. So yeah. I'm very happy about that because the Celtics didn't make the playoffs, that deep run that everyone expected. And
the Red Sox stink. So yeah, I'm very happy.
I don't know who's going to win the World Cup, but I'm very happy about it. So that'll keep me busy for a while.
Cool.
Yeah. So is there anything else you want to say to the Steelers fans out?
We're almost there. That's all I got to say. Just hang on in there, for like another month or so, and football will really be back. And we'll see how the season goes. Let's hope for a winning record in the playoff and a playoff win, more importantly, this season. And then at the same time, let's hope our young guys like Will Howard, Drew Aller, the rookie, get some time to develop, some playing time, especially for Will Howard. Let's hope he can get in there and we can see exactly what he is and whether or not he could be the franchise for 2027 and beyond.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to ask you, Ron. So when he put in the news, so do you think the Bears end up in Indiana?
Yeah, I forgot about that. We are late in the game at this point, but it sounds like there's still an opportunity for the city of Chicago to keep them there. I don't know. I think it's like 60-40 right now that they end up in Indiana, but things can change. I think there's some posturing going on for sure. There's definitely some frustration on both sides. It will be extremely disappointing if they have to leave the city of Chicago.
But you know what? It just goes to show you that, because the other day I heard the Chicago mayor saying, "No, I love the Bears. They shouldn't leave." Then I heard the governor saying, "No, I love the Bears. They shouldn't live in Illinois." But you guys are like in charge of political stuff. Like, why don't you just move stuff around so they don't, if it comes down to the money, like how much you're going to put, like if that's what it's going to take for them to stay, then do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it comes out of taxpayers' money though, right? And I don't know like where that is. I can't speak to that side of it too well. But that's what happens with these owners. It's like, okay, we need a new stadium. I don't want to put all my money towards it. How much is the city going to pay? How much are the fans are going to put towards it?
Well, that's what I mean. Is like, if you are a Chicago Bears fan, I mean, yeah, not counting those people that are season ticket holders, talking about everyone else that watches the Bears, that have their kids watch the Bears, like those people. Don't they have a say too? Like,
yeah,
I know they have a board and then they have a vote and all that stuff, but I'm just saying, like, this should be a layup. It should be like, oh, the Bears, yes, they need to get a new stadium, but
yeah,
I don't know what's going on. I don't have all the details. For the Patriots, just listen, keep building on last year. Like, yes, you got spanked in the Super Bowl. Get over it. You weren't even. I don't even know how they got there, to be honest with you. There was a lot of luck, a lot of especially with Denver with the Bo Nix stuff. I don't know if Houston, if this guy's going to be better this year or not.
Probably.
I just don't know, but you're not going to get the same. Obviously, you're not going to set the same schedule this year. So just keep building on that, and let's hope the Mike Vrabel stuff is behind us now.
Yeah.
Let's hope the therapy works. And I don't know. He did a news conference. Somebody asked him, and he did not want to talk about it. He was just like, I'm old football now. I'm old football. That's in the past. I was like, it just happened 5 months ago. That's in the past. Yeah.
It was the wrong time for it to happen too. It's the off season. There's nothing else to talk about. So that's what we're going to talk about. So, but when the season gets here, I think, people will move on pretty quickly unless something like more reports from TMZ comes out or something.
And more pictures.
Yeah, more pictures.
I feel like they have dedicated journalists who just dig up anything.
Yeah.
Just sell papers. All right. So with that said, we'll probably have another show. It's only June, so we might have another one in July or so. So
yeah, I probably not till camp starts. Most likely it should be. I know you guys still got your OTAs going. We're at the back end. I think we're done. The Steelers are. So, probably really quiet from here on out until we get to July.
Yeah, until it starts rubbing up again. So until the next episode, I say peace.
Hey guys, that's the show. Thank you for all your support. If you got any questions, feel free to email it to simsportsmedia@gmail.com. Once again, simsportsmedia@gmail.com. Thanks again.